Hi, my name is Elle Angel, and I'm so happy to meet you. I wanted to come on here so you can learn a little bit more about who I am, where I came from, and what I hope to help my clients and readers with. Now, first and foremost, my goal with my clients and readers is to help them recover from past toxic relationships, grow closer to God, thrive in new relationships, and live out their God given purpose. After having been in toxic relationships for most of my life, I learned quite a bit firsthand about how to bring God into trauma recovery, the important role that the Lord has in our healing process, and that no matter what other tools we have, God has to be at the center of it because all goodness comes from Him. So I have worked with clients that have undergone trauma, sometimes childhood trauma, sometimes into their adulthood. For the last 11 years, I help them to shed the heavy emotions that get trapped around their heart, the emotions that keep them from being able to hear God clearly, the beliefs and the programs that they have that help them to recognize how deeply loved by God they are, and things that keep them from developing a deeper, more intimate relationship with God. And I do that through my books, through my group coaching, and through one-on-one coaching. It has been such a rewarding career that the Lord has helped me have because I get to watch these wonderful people go from a space of disconnectedness and fogginess, pain, complete lack of recognition of how precious they are, to feeling comfortable in their own body, being able to participate in their day without being overwhelmed by it, connecting to God and hearing from Him on a daily basis, and then finding new relationships and new purpose through the pain that they had earlier on in life. I could not ask for a more incredible career, and it is 1000% because God has enabled me to do so. I would have never in a million years expected that this is what I've been able to do with my life, but I am so grateful that I am. Important pillars in the work that I do is that Jesus is at the center of all of it. So even though there may be different tools that I use to help highly sensitive Christian women recover from trauma, Christ is always at the center of it. So you'll often hear me quoting scripture and encouraging others to get into the word. Having a deep and intimate relationship with God and hearing from Him is important. And we also have to have scripture to be able to measure what it is that we are hearing, right? Because that will help us to discern where we're coming from and what is trustworthy and true. After having been in many years of toxic relationships myself and having endured all sorts of different types of trauma, it's my goal to be there for my readers and clients in a way that I wish that I had, and to impart truth and wisdom from scripture to help them in their recovery process. Now, there was also a time, about 8 years, where in seeking the intimacy of God, I found myself in New Age. I actually found understanding and recognition within the New Age community of the different gifts that I had and the closeness that I wanted to have with God. But unfortunately, there were so many lies and half truths within the New Age. I found a career in New Age and I became a teacher and had amassed a following. So for 8 years, that was what I had based my business on. And one day, Jesus came to me in a vision and completely turned my life around, and in true godly fashion redeemed my entire business that was based off of many New Age followers, turned it around and had me showing them the error of my ways and what the real truth is, and that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life, and that there is no way to God except through Him. So that is a little bit about my background, where I have come from. I am so grateful for the redemption and the love that God has shown me. And so all I want is to show that beauty and that love and that all of that goodness in my coaching sessions and in the books and services that I offer. So I hope that this gave you some clarity and some insight into who I am and what my goal is in working with my clients and readers. Reach out if you feel like you need help in these areas. As a highly sensitive Christian, I understand where you're coming from. I understand how important it is to have Jesus be at the forefront for you, and also to have someone who understands the depth of your emotions and what it's like to have the gift of empathy. I get you and I see you. So don't hesitate to reach out. It was so beautiful to meet you, and we will talk soon.